Hey, it's Shane. Wanted to do a quick Facebook Live today. I'm actually out in Scottsdale. I'll kind of show you. It's kind of hard to tell, but backing onto nice environment here. And I know that I haven't been as consistent. I've been traveling a lot in March, so today's live is going to be a little bit different. I know I've been going through a lot of the club syndication book, but today I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something a little bit different, mainly because I do a lot of personal growth, and I take pages of notes generally every day, and I thought that it might be beneficial to share some of the stuff that I'm doing actually right now, taking one of John Maxwell's courses. And there was a few things that I thought were really insightful, and it's all related to the idea or concept of expansion. And I guess the kind of the overlying or underlying theme would be the 80-20 principle, and most people have heard of that, the Pareto Principle, but I'm going to go a lot deeper in terms of how what I took out of that training today and how I plan to apply it. So I think that might be helpful for some people, especially if you're investing, because let's face it, there's always lots of different things that a person can do. But the reality is, when you start to focus on, well, you know what, I'm going to start to go through some of this. So I've got my notes as usual, and so if I'm looking over here, that's kind of why. So I'll talk about some of the concepts and then how I think that they can be applied. And the first one is to stop thinking more work and to start thinking what works. And that is actually something that when I'm on vacation, I do very well, because frankly, I don't want to be busy all day. I want to be with my family, and I want to be able to focus and have fun. And but when I'm back in my office and I start work at 5 a.m. and then I'm working all day, it's like it's easy to get trapped into the idea or concept of more work. I got to stay busy, and I've struggled with that in the past, and I think I'm getting better at it. But just hearing it and really like taking the time almost to say, like, what work is it that I should be doing? What work is it that only I can do? And what work should I be pushing off to someone else? And I put down three different focuses, and these are subject to change because, frankly, I don't know if these are the three things that I should be focused on, but I'll share some of them with you here, just so that you can kind of get an idea. For me, the things that I need to be focused on are, number one, I need to be the primary communicator in my business. That means speaking, writing, presenting, stuff like this. I need to be the primary deal maker. I need to be finding the deals. I need to be looking at them. And the last thing I put here is I need to be the primary researcher. And the reason I thought the researcher would be important is because I like to really understand at a deep level the things that I'm getting into, especially as it relates to real estate investing. And but you know what? If that can be outsourced and I don't need to be the primary researcher, then that may change down the line. Let me see what other things I took from that. Stop thinking, can I, and start thinking, how can I? And I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, that is generally, I don't struggle with that, although I do see people that usually, if there's like an obstacle in front of them, they will kind of tell me all the reasons why it can't be done. And when I was younger, that was something that I used to struggle with. Now, because of my mentors and the training that I've had, that really isn't something that I need to focus on. But in the event that you found that useful, I thought I would share it. This one I've actually started to pay more attention to, and that is stop thinking one way and start thinking that there's many ways. And when you really drill down on that. I mean, I took it from the perspective of investing in real estate or investing in general, because there isn't just one way to do it. There's obviously multiple ways. Just like there's not just one way to get in shape, there's multiple ways. There's not just one way to raise your kids, there's multiple ways. And I think that if you have that kind of perspective, what it does is it gives you the permission to allow other people to give you their thoughts and insights, and you can take them or leave them. You don't need to listen to someone, but if they've got something worthwhile sharing and they've done well, then why not listen to it? I think it just kind of gives you more of an open perspective. Next here, what do I have? I like this one. Like if you were, this kind of as relates to taking action now. If you stop doing what's expected and start doing what's not expected, like if you think about it, the majority of people do, like most people actually don't even do what's expected. And then, then there's probably like, say 70% that don't do that. And then let's say there's 25% of people that meet expectations. But the 5% of people that exceed expectations are generally the people that end up with all the rewards. And if you think about it, even just from the perspective of referring someone, usually you don't refer someone that just, I never refer anybody if they underperform. If anything, then I would probably say stay away from that person. The 25% that meet expectations, possibly, but unlikely that I'm going to recommend them. Because you know what? If they just meet expectations, what happens next time? Are they actually going to do it? Probably not. And then finally, the people that exceed expectations, like I see it all the time. And because it's so rare, you want to share it with so many people. And so if you can kind of do that in your business or in life, it's something that I'm really focused on. And I wouldn't say that I'm great at it, although it's a priority and it's a focus. So the fact that I'm aware of it, I hope that it'll start to happen. What other things here? And then just the concept of really understanding what you want to be known for and focusing an hour every day on improving skills to get better at that. I've not been as consistent, kind of back to the very beginning of the video or Facebook Live here, where I talked about your priorities with consistency. That's something that I haven't been great at. And it's clear just by my infrequency on Facebook Lives. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to get out there today. I'm actually just getting ready to go for a run, and then I've got a conference, and my family's actually headed back to Calgary. So, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to procrastinate. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to go outside, and then I'll go for my run here shortly. But it takes two things. Number one, it's understanding what my priorities are, and I've actually gotten very clear on that over the last little while. And then secondly, it's consistency. And I know that as I do more of these lives, that I'll get better at it. I already feel more comfortable. Literally, I took these notes in 30 minutes, and I came out here and shot this. So it's way better than when I first started. I'm sure in 2 or 3 years, when I look back at this, I'll be thinking, why, I can't believe that was the type of content that I put out there. But you know what? You have to start somewhere, and the only way to get better is to keep going, put myself in uncomfortable situations, and practice. And so that's really all I wanted to share today. It's a great morning, as you can tell. The sun is really shining in my eyes right now, and I am going to. Hey, Ulrich, how's it going, buddy? I'm going to head out for a run, but if you like the video, if you have any comments, by all means, ask me questions. It doesn't have to be specific to real estate investing, although obviously that's commercial real estate investing. That's certainly kind of what the whole page is about. But I've got other interests, and you can see more of the personal side of my business on my my personal my personal Facebook page. Here, I'm going to try to talk more about business things, and yeah, sounds good, Aldrich. Yeah. So, anyways, like I said, any questions, by all means, post them below. And if you want a copy of my book, Club Syndication, I'll put a link in that below, probably later today, and we'll go from there. Okay. Have a great day. Bye for now.